Hey guys, it's Gina. I'm going to walk you through this layout that I made today. I am starting with this Tim Holtz grunge board large A. I'm going to make a layout about my niece Audrey, so I wanted to include this large A on the layout. And I saw this technique on another person's YouTube channel, and unfortunately I can't remember who that was, but they took, I think it was an ampersand they used, and they covered the ampersand with sequins, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm using sequins that I received from the from the Hip Kit Club for March of 2014, and I always struggle with what to do with the sequins because you get so many of them, and I have to figure out a way to use them in the month, because if I put them away I will never pull them back out. It's not something that I seek out in my scrapbooking, so if they come in kits I get them, but otherwise I don't. And so I'm always looking for ways to use them up during the month that I have that kit. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to cover this A with all these different color sequins that came in the kit, and I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Eventually, magically through video technology, we're going to come up, and now the A is finished and I'm already starting to put my layout together. You'll see the A in a couple minutes. I'm scrapbooking these two photos of my niece Audrey. She's carrying around my two stuffed bald eagles. They're just two stuffed animals. There's the A that's all finished and dry now. I layered the I matted the photos on October Afternoon paper from the Daily Flash collection. It's Girl Talk Whisper, and I didn't have any paper in the kit that I wanted to use for the background, so I'm just going through my American Crafts bin here to see about what papers I want to use, and I pulled out several, and I'm going to decide on that heart paper, and that's from Amy Tangerine Cut and Paste, and that's called Heart Throb. And now I'm looking for papers that I think I might want to put behind it, and I decide against that. That pink piece of paper there that I'm using is from PTI. I think it's called Raspberry Fizz. It's from Paper Tray Ink, and I believe it's called Raspberry Fizz. This was a very quick layout after I finished. See, I'm still struggling to figure out which background I want to use, but I end up with this Amy Tangerine paper. I am inking all of the corners of these papers with walnut stain distress ink. And that's what you're going to see me do here. This was a very easy layout to make. Once I finished my alphabet and my sequined A, the alphabets that I'm going to use on this layout I make from a Martha Stewart clay mold, her paper clay mold. So you just let them. You put them in the mold, you let them dry overnight, and then you'll see them at the end. There's just letters that I used for my title. My title is going to be Cute Bird Catcher. These are some feather embellishments from Dear Lizzie, and because this is it's about the birds that she's carrying around, and now that means that I can use the feathers on the layout, because you guys know that I have trouble doing that. So I made those epoxy words a couple of weeks ago using that gold. There is from the I want to say it's fabric paint. It's puffy fabric paint. And so I decided to use one of those little words that I made and put the word Cute Bird Catcher. And I'm using this washi tape that's just from my stash here. And I really like how, you'll see on the close-up pictures at the end, I really like how that cute turned out and how it came about on the layout, how it looks on the layout. And I'm going to have to make some more words like that. As I use that technique more, I think the words will be smoother. Because when you'll see on the close-up at the end that cute is it's a little bumpy, but I think as I do that more and more, I'll get much better at making that paint smooth. So I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive to put my letters down, and it just says bird catcher. And again, I made those using a Martha Stewart mold and her paper clay. And I just used the white and the red from the paper clay, from her clay. And it's an air dry clay, so you don't have to bake it or anything like that. And I just used a little bit of red with white and made that color there in the pink. So And I put that washi across the bottom and the top to create a border on both sides of my layout, but mostly the bottom one is on there to make a space for my title to land. So that's why, and I put it at the top just for consistency's sake. And then I'm going to put these 3 feathers around. That's from Dear Lizzie, Fifth and Frolic, the leaf and the feather. And now I'm just going to put some adhesive underneath the parts of this layout that didn't get it. I always put adhesive just in the center of all my layers in case I want to tuck things under it. So at the end I need to go back and make sure that I put some more adhesive so it doesn't, you know, start to pull up. That wood button is also from the Hip Kit Club. It was from Dear Lizzie. And then I'm using these October Afternoon die cuts that also came in that collection. I think that collection was called Dear Girl or Girl Talk. That's what it was. It's the doodads or the die cuts. I'm not sure what. They came in the kit. The whole package came in the kit. I'm looking for a pen now. I'm going to use a Sharpie to do just some quick journaling, and all it says is Audrey kept herself entertained for a long time, 30 minutes, with the birds. She played with them for quite some time. And now I'm just going through. There are sequins on the little feathers there, so I just decided to just take these freckled fawn sequins and just add one right up there where it says you and me with that die cut piece. And then I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, I'm going to get a date stamp. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to use this Stampin' Up stamp pad, and that's I believe that color has been retired for quite some time, but I'm going to use this stamp. That roller date stamp I got at Target. So here is the close-up. You can see those feathers. And there's that word cute that I made with the fabric paint, the puffy fabric paint, which I think turned out really well. Here's a close-up of those letters that I made with the Martha Stewart clay. And then just it'll end with a photo. There it is, the whole layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a very quick layout to make once the embellishments were together, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you're having a good day.